I was speaking to a man, very interesting discussion.
Hello, welcome to my YouTube channel, The Performance. Today I'm here with a guest and we'll be reacting to an atheist has a life-changing debate with Mufti Menk. Wow, as you all know, we are not Muslims, we are Christians, but we believe there's a need for us to understand one another so we can make better decisions on religious matters. So let's start with the video. Go.
One day I was speaking to a man, very interesting discussion, on an aircraft. Normally, we travel quite a bit, so you get to meet people, and when they ask you, what do you do? You tell them, no, I'm a religious person. I try to, teach people a little bit here and there, myself as well. So I was discussing with this man. He tells me, I'm an atheist. I said, okay, so what do you believe? He says, I believe when we die, we're just returned to nature. So I said, okay, when you die, what have you told those whom you leave behind to do? He says, I will be cremated. I will be cremated. So I had a beautiful discussion with him, explaining to him the damage and the harm of being cremated. He was not happy initially, but then he said, wow, you got me thinking. What did I tell him? I told him, brother, you see, we are buried. We are taught how to be buried from the time of Adam alayhi salatu wassalam. We believe that we were created from soil, and the evidence for that is when we are returned to the soil, we decompose completely into the soil, such that the remnants, there is almost nil or nothing. Have you thought of it? This man says, but I'm going to be cremated. I said, now when you cremate a person, what are you doing? You are applying tremendous heat and tremendous pressure to your body. We will not talk right now about whether you can feel it or not, but I will tell you that will not return to the soil. The reason is it becomes ash. Ash and soil are two different things completely. If you were to be decomposed without tremendous heat and pressure, you will decompose within the soil. The minute you apply heat and pressure, you become ash. That ash, what happens to it? It does not return to the soil. In fact, it remains separated. I said, but the point I'd like to ask you is, how do you know that you're not going to feel when people are burning you? He says, because medicine tells us that you don't feel anymore. I said, what if someone has felt it and they could not come back to tell you that we felt it? He says, I'll see when I go. I said, it will be too late. No answer. I'll see when I go. It's too late, because people are saying, okay, you're going to burn me. And I start saying, but you want the punishment already whilst you're still leaving the world, not even got to the life after, the hereafter, so to speak, in the proper sense. And then he looks at me and he says, but you've got me thinking. And I told him something else. I said, okay, my brother, listen to me. Let's say, for example, what you are saying and what I am saying. Put it to the litmus test. If what you are saying is true, then when we die, we will just be decomposed and that's it, everything is over. What is the possibility and probability of what I am saying to be true? Is there any probability? He says, no chance. I said, okay, when I die, if I was a good man who worshipped whoever made me, I call him Allah. I call him Allah, Allah the worshipped one. And I say he is one, alone, no worship to be rendered to anyone besides Al-Khaliq, besides the one who made me. I put my head on the ground for him. I render an act of worship for him. Whatever I do is for him. So if I were to worship my maker and say, oh you who made me, have mercy on me. Oh you whom I am going to return to when I die, have mercy on me. So that is my statement on one hand, and on your side, you do whatever you want and you're not prepared and whatever. When we die, if what you said was right, I did not lose anything because I would have just died and decomposed. This is just a statement to make people think. If what you said was right, I did not lose anything because I decomposed. But if what I have said was right, you have lost everything.
Yeah.
It's a fact. So why don't you just come and adopt what I've said? Because even in that case, you will lose nothing. Amazing. So follow some rules, follow some regulations, and continue to say, oh you whom I'm going to return to, have mercy upon me the day I return to you. when you return to someone, like you are saying, there may be a probability according to them, but you would have lost everything if what I said was true. He said, well, I'm going to think about it and think about it seriously. He says, you are the first person who's made me shaky in what I believe. I said, you know what? That means you have not spoken to enough people, because even a child will tell you that there is a maker.
Yeah. Wow. What an educative conversation between Mufti Menk and the Atheist. Wow. And from the video, I think they believe in nature, just like Mufti Menk rightly said, that when they die, they decompose and return to nature. And from what Mufti Menk explained in the video, when they died, I think they are burned. And when they are burned, they become ash. Yeah. And you know, when you pour the ash and the soil together, they are separate. They don't mix together, which means that is not even true in the first place. They don't return to the soil. Because if the ash don't become one with the soil, it means they don't return to the soil. And I think Mufti Menk was also trying to explain to him that he believed that there is a God. That when you die, you return to the God, you return to your creator, whoever created you. And if you live a good life, just like we also believe, if you live a good life, you make heaven. Then if you live a bad life, you be cast into the lake of fire. And I love his assumption, because even though you die, let me say, even though you don't believe, if just like Mufti Menk rightly explained, he believes that there's a maker, he believes that there's a creator. Even when he dies, the body still decomposes, because it's buried. The body decomposes and also return to nature. You get it? Yeah. So, and he also believes there's a creator. But for the atheists that is talking to, they don't believe. I believe from this video we understand that they don't believe in God. And it got me really shocked. How can someone not believe in the existence of God? Because it's very obvious that we are created by someone. Yeah. You get? And we cannot just fall from up and come down, start living. We are created by someone, which means there is a maker. That's why all the worship goes to our maker. And we believe at the end of the day, when it's judgment time, everyone is going to give account on how they have spent their life, and it's good for you to follow the right path. So you be among those that we inherit, those that will make heaven and not the lake of fire. What do you also think?
I think this was very educative. I learned a lot from this video, and I think what's his name?
Mufti Menk.
Mufti Menk is right about what he said. He's really, really right about what he said. Yes.
Yeah. Wow. So we'd like to hear your comment. What do you like about this video by Mufti Menk? What can you also contribute? Is there anyone out there that does not believe in the existence of God? And I believe this video will be a message to you from Mufti Menk that truly there is God. Truly there is God. And at the end of the day, if you are going to worship this God in truth and in spirit, at the end of the day, you don't lose nothing. So it's good to be on the right track. So keep the comments coming. Don't forget, click on the subscribe button, click on the like button. Do have a nice day. Love you.
Bye.
Bye.